All right, welcome to our Dana White's Contender Series preview that we run weekly. Week 3 was a banger, 4 contracts handed out. Even our guy Michael as well ended up getting slated in as a backup for an upcoming UFC fight. So pretty fun week. We got another fun one ahead of us. Some bangers for sure. Week 4. So let's dive into it without further ado.
All right. DWCS Season 8, Week 4, 9-3. Let's run it. All right. So Gage Young versus Quinon Psyche. It looks like we got this a little bit cut off here.
Julian Selkild.
There we go. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Gage Young versus Quillian Suckhead. I'm just going to keep mispronouncing if I keep trying here. What are we expecting?
So, Salkild is an Australian guy, comes from the same promotion as Steve Urseg. They've produced a lot of really good fighters. Gage Young, 5 KOs, 1 sub. He's been subbed once, and he's won 3 straight via TKO, fighting at welterweight. Salkid, he has won 6 fights in a row. He's been subbed once as well. He won his last fight via submission. And he is going to be a lot bigger than Gage Young in this one. I think like 4 or 5 inches taller than Gage. Here, let's actually look. Yeah.
I'm 6 foot, so
Yeah. He's also teammates with Cody Haddon, who we saw get a nice knockout in a UFC contract in week 2. And that promotion is Eternal MMA, big Australian promotion. He's the champ. He's defended his belt there multiple times. Probably, or I would say decidedly the better striker than Gage Young. And I haven't seen the odds for this. I would imagine Gage is the underdog here just because he's so much smaller. And Salkild comes from
it's 2-1 for Salkild.
Okay, cool. But yeah, he's good. He throws a lot of kicks. He's a really good striker. I think a lot of people have questions about his wrestling and grappling. He probably is the worse at grappling than Gage is. But I honestly think he's underrated there, and Gage is super unpolished in the striking. Gage does have good cardio, good top control. His takedown and sub defense isn't the best, but like I said, I don't know if he's going to have to worry about that too much here against Quillen. But I think Salkild is good enough to keep this one on the feet. He's the better striker. I think he wins, and I think he is comfortable on the ground even against Gage Young here.
Yeah, I mean, he's found his way into 3 submissions in his career in Eternal MMA, like you said. So I think just with the versatility, kind of can roll with the punches, and then if it gets a little shaky on the ground, I feel like he's capable and has been in some of those situations where he can navigate trying to bring it back to the floor or even fighting for a submission of his own, which I feel like the versatility there is always nice in a fight like this where you don't really know what to expect.
Totally.
All right. Love that. With that said, we move on to the next one. I like the pictures of both these guys, even though this makes me think like Peaky Blinders brother drunk in a bar.
I like the one of Quillen a lot. I just like when you find like good high pixel rate pictures of fighters.
Facts. All right, moving forward, we've got. I'm not gonna try here. Shannon Clark, I can do that one.
Dubin.
Another really high quality picture here for Unesi Dubin. Super high res. Love that. But yeah,
I like Shannon Clark here a lot personally. I mean, I get that the price discrepancy kind of speaks for that on its own as well. But I think she's a good striker. I think this is a situation where in this type of environment, she can kind of be on the front foot and go look for a knockout or something that will really put a stamp on her case to make the UFC. Also, I think given her age, I mean, she's only fought 5 times professionally, which is a little concerning, I guess. But given her age, this feels like a spot where if she stands out and puts together a good performance, she'll probably get a contract just because she's a little bit on the older side. She is a massive favorite on any consensus site, even more so than on PredictionStrike. So you are getting more value on PS than you would find elsewhere. So tend to lean there.
Yeah. Shannon Clark, MMA Barbie. Both these girls are relatively unproven. Both of them are 5-0s. Yeah, and as Grant said, Shannon is a pretty big favorite here. I do think she ends up getting it done. One thing about Unasi is while they've fought the same amount of times, Dubin has only fought once in the last 5 years. The majority or 4 of her 5 fights came before COVID. Didn't fight again until this year. And some of those fights were against absolute cans too, like not a crazy strength of schedule or anything. And she's usually stronger and bigger than the girls she goes up against. But it's like the wins she has aren't like, she doesn't look like a weight bully, even though that's kind of what she does. Like it doesn't make that big of a difference. And that's the exact same thing that Shannon Clark does. She uses that same style and uses her physical gifts, I think, a lot better than Unasi does. Really tough, really strong in the clinch, has some BJJ skills in her back pocket too. Yeah, I agree with Grant here. I'm going Shannon Clark, pretty decent value to get in on her. I think she might get a contract here, regardless of a decision, or regardless of finish.
All right. With that said, we move forward. All right. So we've got. I don't know why,
I did
but this
see
guy
that this fight got canceled. I'm not sure how reliable that was, but I saw that McMillan potentially backed out.
Dude, I looked at these today. What?
All right. All I'm going to say is this guy looks like a combination of like Raul Rosas Jr. and Sean O'Malley.
He got in the face.
He does.
Got some Raul
he looks like a psycho. But he said he's been training to fight, and he's going to use a minor setback as an opportunity to grow. You'll see me in the UFC before 2024 is over. I had a favorable matchup against a short grappler that I would smoke. The universe just saved Austin Bashi's career.
Damn,
I'll be in the back cave cooking up the comeback.
Bro, I was going to take McMillan too.
He trains with Sean O'Malley's coach too, and Sean O'Malley Wells. So you were pretty spot on. It's actually the dude on the right though, not the dude on the left.
Damn.
Okay, so I guess if that fight's canceled, do you know who his new opponent is?
I don't. I just saw that McMillan backed out.
It probably hasn't even been announced yet. Oh well.
It was set up for Bashi to have to knock him out in like a trash talkers get exposed compilation. It feels like.
Yeah.
McMillan seemed pretty confident going into this one, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just make a TikTok video or something about whoever Bashi gets matched up against as his replacement. So let's move to the next fight.
Sounds good. All right. We got Will Curry versus Jordan Santos. All right. Walk us through this one. Seems to be pretty lopsided price-wise to Curry.
Yeah, and that reflects market sentiment too. I think Will Curry's like a minus, 350 favorite.
400, I think it's gotten to, yeah.
400.
Jeez.
Yeah, and Curry is a really good fighter. 4 knockouts and 6 subs. He's been knocked out once, and he's won 6 straight. He's an absolute finisher. Jordan Santos, he's never been finished himself, so kind of a fun dichotomy there. And he's won 4 straight, hasn't fought for a long time. It's been since November 2022. And yeah, Curry's a big favorite here. He in his fight against Stanton, he worked out of some really tough positions. He lost that one, but he gassed out. So gas tank was the problem there. Mick then ended up taking over on the feet in that one. He also lost to Christian Leroy Duncan twice. And he's a grappler. When he fails a takedown, he doesn't really reshoot them, but he doesn't get back up, reset, go in for another takedown. Instead, he tries to make something out of it, which I really like. He's really good in scrambles. If he fails a takedown, he'll go for a trip or go for like a sweep before he just resets. And he wants to get the fight to the ground. He can definitely have some trouble too when he's fighting from his back foot. He does not like when other fighters blitz him or are applying a ton of pressure. And luckily for him, Jordan Santos doesn't do that. He doesn't blitz at all, really. He takes a long time to wind up on strikes, kind of low volume. And he would generally rather wrestle too. But Will Curry is probably the better wrestler of the two. He gasses quick. Curry's cardio shouldn't stand out here against a guy like Jordan Santos. He has pretty good defense too. Should be better than those grappling exchanges. I'm going to go with the big favorite Curry here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the proper British lad.
The proper
I
British
did
lad.
find the replacement of that other fight. It's Dorian Ramos, which I'm not sure if you know much about him, so we can tackle that at a later date if you want.
Yeah, we could just come back, release a YouTube short about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, today we're going to be attempting the ghost pepper noodle challenge. Some ramen noodles with some ghost pepper sauce, threw a couple drops of Da Bomb on top as well. We will see how this goes. This is obviously in accordance to some poor UFC picks in the last couple weeks, so this is the punishment. I will show you what it looks like, and then we'll dive in. Pretty red, pretty coated. Wish me luck. Going in for this first bite here. Looking pretty spicy. Smells like death. We'll see how this goes. Already coating the lips. Not a great idea. It's not going down so well. Immediate burns, eyes watering. We're gonna try to power through this one. Making some good progress here. Mouth is on fire. Lips are bright red. Not really sure how that could have been prevented, but it is not feeling great. Throat is on fire. Tears are coming. We'll keep you posted. Bowl is empty. Feel like we went to war today. That was a true battle. A test of your commitment. And all this will do is motivate me more to deliver you guys the greatest UFC picks you've ever seen, because this was not fun. Lips are still bright orange, not feeling great. Stomach's going to be worse in like an hour or so, but we did it, and we'll be back next week with some more picks.
All right, moving on to the next bout. Xiao Kyun-Ke versus Igor Dude, the names on this one are like next to impossible. I'm trying. All right, walk me through it.
Yeah, so we got the main event here. Igor Cavalcanti versus Sekyunko Ko. 10-2 in his career, 6 knockouts. He's been knocked out twice, and he's won 3 straight. All finishes. Igor, 7 knockouts and 2 subs in his career. He used to fight at middleweight. He also is 1-0 in professional boxing. He is another huge favorite here, I believe. Grant, do you have that up?
Yeah, he is currently sitting at... Let me go back to it. I think it was like around 300. Yeah, 310.
Yeah, so prediction strike prices, I mean, loosely reflect that. Market sentiment. Igor always comes out super hot, throws big overhands, and I think he does the same thing here. He's really good, though. Like, when that blitzing doesn't work, he ends up in the clinch, and he has, like, above-average wrestling, really good BJJ. Has not fought the best fighters in the world, but he's very versatile, good everywhere, and it's like one of those fighters where the blitzing doesn't tend to hurt him too much because he's good at not finding himself in tricky positions if, his entries fail. Stylistically, I think that's going to be fine here against Sekyun Ko. Ko has like a low karate style stance, doesn't throw nearly enough volume, I think, to deal with such a high pressure guy like Igor. In Suk's last fight, he got put on his back multiple times by like a random Asian journeyman who had like 70 fights in his career. And if that winds up being the case for him, I don't see him getting out of those positions like he was able to in his last fight. Igor's just too tough, too strong. So yeah, another one where I'm just going to go with the chalk, Igor Cavalcanti.
Yeah, I like Cavalcanti as well. My only worry would be just kind of going in a little too guns blazing and trying to fight for a finish and then kind of getting dragged into something where he takes a shot and then things kind of spiral from there. This does feel like a spot where he probably is going to be gunning for a pretty electric knockout, because I think that would almost guarantee him a contract, given that this is the main fight of this card. And he's kind of an exciting fighter from a place where the UFC tends to hire a lot of fighters as well. So this feels like a spot where I'm only worried that he's going to be a little too amped up for this one, but that's not enough of a worry to sway my opinion on it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's like I guess because we're through these fights from a prospect watch perspective, I really like, I like Igor, I think, as a UFC prospect. Like if he makes it out of this one, improves a bit, I think he has a path to becoming really successful. Also, I'm mad about that Austin Bashi McMillan fight because I thought that one was going to be,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
That happens. All right, moving forward. All right, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I guess that's all we have for now. Appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with us today. Jackson and Grant, of course, doing a great job walking you through this card, and me just trying to listen to the background to some extremely good advice about this. But yeah, until next time, and the But Yeah counter, we'll talk to y'all later. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Peace, y'all.
peace. Thank you guys for watching.